Where you want to go? How you want to take me? Stupid. The songs they made money on, right?
All right. Ready? Coming up.
Come to me, come to me. I'll make you feel like LA School of Comedy is just your style. Hey, everybody. Are you watching? Huh? Let me hear. I came all the way here from New Jersey on a piece of pasta. Can you imagine that? That's what you guys really are missing here, by the way, is Italians. You need some Italians up in here. Because baseball bats are legal. That's what my husband taught me. That's why I have to have a baseball bat, because the cop said that the fake gun could also get me shot. And I was like, that's right, I forgot about that. But it does work. It does scare people away from the door. And also a knife will scare people from the door. I met my neighbor that way. I said to my husband, there's somebody on the roof. And he said to me, you are so paranoid. You keep hearing people on the roof. Till this white guy came off the roof, and I was like, ha-ha, I have a white man. And he was like, excuse me, I'm your new neighbor. I've moved across the way. That was the first alcoholic. Why are they all alcoholics that moved there, by the way? He could care less. He's playing with a keychain like a child.
Before the keys get lost.
Before the keys get lost, okay?
I know you.
Oh, man. You could tell he been with black women, too, because I know you. See, she thinks she knows me, but she don't know me. She thinks she knows me. You know, when he gets around my family, he starts doing this stuff. They all started, Mark's like, yeah, I was going to snatch her. I was like, what are you going to do? Who are you snatching? I will tell you, when you live with somebody who's not of the same race, and they put hair bonding glue in their mouth for toothpaste, and you don't say anything, you're wrong. But just let them, you know what that is, right? Because white girls get extensions, and they're ripped off. They got to weave, too. But you could just glue it on. I just love this hair weave. It was so great. I had, I was on time for work. I had straight hair. You know, then that was all over. Because I came out a different race completely. I came in, I was like an angry black woman to, angry Asian lady, okay? I went from black woman to, my hair was so tight. How tight was it? I started talking like this. And I said to her, Tamika, I am not giving you drama. My hair is too tight. And she was like, girl, just pat it down, right? With some castor oil. And then find somebody who has C-section, take some Percocet, and that'll get you through the night. And I'm just like, is my scalp giving birth? Is my scalp giving birth? These are the things that men like to see. But let me tell you something. When a white guy touches your scalp and you have a weave, they pull back like you have crabs. They're just like, ah! Her head's coming off. But we don't say that about your toupees. And, I went out with a guy like that. He faked everything. Every friggin' thing. Even that. And my mother says to me, you know what that means? You better be careful. I go, why? Because you could get syphilis. That's all she used to worry about, was syphilis. You could get syphilis. I'll never forget the day she called me at Seton Hall. She goes, honey, there's something out there. It's very serious. And I go, I know, Ma, syphilis. She goes, no, this is worse than syphilis. I go, what is it? She goes, AIDS. And I go, the candy? Because you remember you're too young, right?
No, AIDS candy.
Yeah, take AIDS and lose the weight. AIDS. Listen, Aaron, you know what I'm talking about, right? Remember that? Take AIDS and lose the weight, okay? Don't tell me, because that's what it was, AIDS. And I was just like, was she in my stash again? Because when you're in college, you find all these excuses of why you can't stay awake, that you need to stay awake. It doesn't matter, nothing's going to get done. We were trying to get books out of the library, a Catholic school. And I'm going to tell you something. When you are one of the round-the-way people, you're going to get your books. We were throwing them out of the window. How ghetto is that? To my Italian friends. Because, see, they were white and could walk right in. I couldn't do that. They were like, ma'am, can we stop you for a second? How about in the stores? They're like, ma'am, can we help you? I'm like, can you get off my heels of my shoe? That doesn't happen to Lee Schwartz. But it's okay, Lee. I just wanted to acknowledge your presence and tell you how much I love that every time he calls me, there's something being done. A tooth is being pulled. They're wrapping wires in my scalp. Something incredibly serious in my life is going on. Like, I woke up and I was blind the other day. And Lee Schwartz called. I should have known who it was. I should get it in Braille anyway. Get a head start. Not that I wouldn't know the difference in penises, Mark. I was kidding. I would know the difference between yours and your brother's. Did I tell you I was seeing your brother on the side? I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding. I'm so kidding. I hate his brother. I really hate. You know, he did. His friend called my daughter Kunta Kinte, and they said I have a bad temper, right? Wow. Exactly. And you're not even from the same. You even just know it sounds wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm in the temple, right? And the guy's like, oh, this is the new one. I go, yeah, this is the new one. And he looks at me, he goes, wow. He goes, I don't care what they say about you. You look like you fuck Mark good. And I said, excuse me?
Damn.
And he says, let's take a little Kunta Kinte. And I was like, what? And my daughter never looked blacker in her life. She was like, wah! I wanted to take her up and hold her in the temple like this. So yes, this is Roots. That didn't work out well. But you know how I got that son of a bitch? I said to him, I said, are you all Jewish? And you should see when you do that to a Jew that's not all Jewish. They get all very, how did she know? I say, because Tannenbaum isn't spelled like that. Right? How you know. That's how you know. All right. I'm going to tell you something that we have some wonderful things going on, and I'm your sounding board here because there's not that many cheerleaders here on a Wednesday that can give you a mouthful like I can in a very short time. A mouthful. Did I say that? Okay, just don't do that when I'm on stage, Mark. Just don't do that when I'm on stage. You know, he fell asleep when the mayor was honoring me, but not just asleep. His entire head was back. But not just a little bit, but all the way, like this. And while I'm on stage, I'm making faces.
You were the boyfriend, 'cause I wasn't
No,
there.
it was you, Mark. It was you.
I wasn't there.
And you were. Yeah, I know.
I didn't meet Garcetti.
And Mark. It wasn't Garcetti.
They were all the same.
Listen. All I know is you can't have that happen because you're making faces, and when you're black, you could do that, and he gets it, but the rest of the audience doesn't. And I'm there for like autism. I can't be doing that to people. I'm like, that means wake your ass up. Because as soon as they said dinner served, all right. So many things are happening that I have to get it out at one time. On September 17th, we have a wonderful day planned. And when I say day, it goes for whomever. We have an acting class, which will be taught by Aaron. I'm so glad. Like, let's give for Aaron, by the way, McIntyre, our newest addition here. For all of you that call me at the last minute, you need an acting coach, you need something done on tape. The Film Actors Cafe, originally hailing from New York, San Francisco, and now over here. We have a young adults class, and we also have an adults class. And you guys are adults. I'm just telling you that. Unless you're like that guy who was just like, I can only teach between 14 and 18. That's the only age. It was creepy. That's okay. When you do these classes, when you take the time of these people, have your questions ready. That's what I want to say to you. If you have a certain question, if you say, listen, hey, man, I can't always get out there to the studio. Can you do something on Zoom with me? Can we get this done? How could we get this done? You especially need to pay attention. You don't know shit from Shiol about getting your headshots together and getting all that stuff done, and you have to have it done. You just have to have it done. And so without further hesitation, I'm going to bring up the one and only Kenzie Foster to the stage. How's that for just starting you off?
Thank you, Cinda.
He's animated.
Yeah, oh, hey.
Watch this.
What about now?
What's up, guys? My name's Kenzie Foster. No relation to Jodie Foster, other than the fact that I too panic in a room from time to time. My mom, she gave me this name because she really wanted a daughter. She'd be so happy if I transitioned. Seriously, my grandma would have a heart attack, though. Yeah. She'd be like, oh no, we lost him to the gay agenda. Ah, geez, he needs therapy. Wait, all the therapists are lesbians. I can't escape this Orwellian hell. Yeah, that's my grandma. Yeah, she's a Republican. It's cool. Love her. But yeah, guys, I'm 30 with no wife or kids. I want to thank Plan B and my subconscious feelings of not deserving love. Working on that. I think it took me all this time. I think I've taken my time. I think it might have something to do with my dad, who's on wife number 5. Or my stepdad, who's on wife number 3. Or maybe my mom, who's an angel, with no faults. Nobody say shit about my mom. But yeah, taking my time. A lot of affairs in my household growing up. Some families went to the fair. My family had affairs. But if you think about it, an affair is kind of like a fair. At some point, or sorry. That's what the A in affair. Or sorry, it's. Let me take this back, guys. An affair an affair is kind of like a fair for adults. You know, that's what the A in affair stands for, adults, and the extra F is for fuck. It's an adult fuck fair. You know, but if you think about it, they're kind of similar. They have some similarities. You know, at some point, the kids are gonna cry. You know, nobody really wants to be there. You know, and it might involve a dirty carny or two. And yeah, unlike, or yeah, other, sorry guys, moving a little slow tonight. But all right, gears are churning. It's moving slow like a ride at a fair. Yeah, but fairs, fuck. I'm having a brain fart, you guys. Bear with me for a second. Oh yeah, instead of broken down rides, it's broken families. Yeah. This bit doesn't have a happy ending, much like affairs. But yeah, I'm dating. All right, yeah. Dating's fine. Dating's fine. You know, they say it's hard for guys. It's not that hard for a guy. You know, unless you come across a succubus. You know, then watch out for those. You guys mind if I kiss and tell a little bit? Yeah, you guys mind? Yeah. All right, you know, I don't hook up much, but you know when it happens, it's kind of fun. And I was hooking up with this girl, and things were heating up, you know. And she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna grab the lube," and I was like, "Oh, nice. She's gonna get wet. This is awesome," you know. And then she reaches over and gets a jar of coconut oil, you know. And I was like, "What are we about to bake some vegan cookies or something?" You know. And she was like, "No, put your dick in the jar." And I was like,
"Oh my God!"
I was like, "Put my dick in the jar." No, I don't know how many dicks have been in that jar. You know, she could be playing some kind of sick whore game, you know. So she reaches into the jar and gets a dollop, just a heaping dollop of coconut oil, and then we baked some cookies. You know, it was a fun night. Hey, come on in, sit on down. Welcome to the show. Is this Hank? Oh, it's not Hank. All right. Hank's coming. I got a buddy Hank coming, you guys. Hank the Tank. That guy. Related to I don't want to name drop. Big transvestite guy. Biggest name you've ever heard is his uncle. But
Bruce.
No, not Bruce. I don't know who Bruce is. Yeah. All right, but yeah. Okay, that was the coconut. Okay, we talked about the coconut oil. Anyways, you guys ever wake up in the morning, decide, not today, so you roll back over, go to sleep, and then you get fired? You know, it's like, was that 20 minutes of sleep worth the job? You know, clicking snooze one more time. Yeah, didn't like that job anyway. But it hasn't happened to me yet. You know, I still got my day job. I'm working. Yeah, I just got off at 5, hence being a little slow. But I'm currently working as a financial consultant. Finance bro. You know, he's white. He's got a watch. This guy, he probably knows something about stocks. You know, but yeah, there's this song out now. You guys hear that song? Apparently the ladies are looking for a guy in finance. You guys hear this? It goes, "I'm looking for a guy in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance." You know, coming up a little short on all those other qualifications. But, you know, sorry to let down all the gold-digging whores out there. But yeah, that song kind of sounds like it was written by Nazis, though, right? You know, just in the studio, cooking it up. You know, 6'5", blue eyes, da. You know, Hitler in the back, just like, go on. Is he Aryan? Blonde? Is he blonde? Far superior. Yeah, but yeah, good song. I don't like bringing up my job much when I'm out, because then people want to talk about their financial situation. And it's usually pretty bleak. And they ask me, what do I do? Here's my case. What do I got to do? And I want to highlight first, I'm not the best with my own money. I tried being an actor for 3 years. Big financial mistake. Went broke. Not fun. Now I'm back in the biz so I can, continue to afford breathing in this fresh Los Angeles air. But they'll ask me, what do I do? And, it took me about 4 years to get my degrees and some time thereafter to, get my investment advisor licenses. And the best advice we have to give people struggling is you got to work harder and for longer. And those things that you enjoy that cost money, you got to stop those. You like cookies and coffee? Well, you don't need cookies and coffee. People fucking hate my advice. But it is the truth. Gotta be frugal. I help people with budgets. People spend money on the wildest shit. I met a guy. He spends enough on Postmates a week to fund like 4 wells in Africa, per week, And then dudes out here in LA, they're going broke just trying to get women to sleep with them, or on OnlyFans. They're, these simps on the internet, they're paying subscriptions to just watch girls. It's like, it's very sad. It's very, are we that lonely, guys? Are we that lonely? Sad. Yeah. Anyways, there's these guys that have been talking about retaining seed. You guys see this? Intentionally not orgasming. They say it makes them more powerful. Sounds to me like they're full of jizz. But if it's true what they say, that retaining seed makes you more powerful, then that could mean that gay dudes who retain seed and take on loads could be the most powerful men on earth. I think maybe that's why they call it the power bottom. Maybe. Anyways. You guys like knock jokes?
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I don't do them. Like a crooked cop, no knocking. Just coming in blasting. Black people. All right, let's see. Yeah, hey guys, I think that's my time. Thanks so much for listening, putting up with me, especially in the early when I was kind of going slow. And hope y'all enjoy the rest of the show. My name's Kenzie. You can find me on Instagram at Kenzie Foster or TikTok at The Good White Guy. Hey, a lot of stuff to come. Thank you.
That's really good stuff. That's really good stuff.
Thank you. So,
how long you working on that?
Thank you. Oh, jeez.
That's some new
The Affair, I wrote that back in 2018, but I never knew how to put it, and I think I kind of fitted it.
Let me tell you guys something. When you get stuff like that, you can't throw it away. You got to put it in the bank. It's a joke bank because you made it work.
Yeah, I finally figured a way to...
Because if you thought it was funny, it has to be funny. No, think about it. We're funny. We're funny people. If we have a concept, we think it's funny. It's like it sucks when you can't get it out.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark, why don't you find a friggin' bed? I'm just saying. I need you to do me a favor. Dude, he's got to stop this shit. He's from Brooklyn. I'm from New Jersey, okay? He suddenly woke up and realized I'm from New Jersey. He's like, I hate when you say, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Listen, I just want you to switch earphones real quick with him for a second so he can come up, all right? You have to get up. They're performative? All right. So anyway, Griff, you know that we're doing September 17th here. So just in case you think you missed something, you didn't. We're just doing that show, and we're going to get him to come up here and give us a few minutes of his time. The director of the Film Actors Cafe, the one and only Aaron McIntyre. Let him hear you.
Oh, God. God, you people are fucking beautiful. I gotta say, damn, this dude, man, the teeth, the smile, damn. I can see why you're in finance. My name's Aaron. Just think about aeronautics, not Aaron, please. It's not Aaron because Aaron's supposed to be anonymous. And besides which, Aaron should actually be Aaron. Think about it, right? Aardvark. It's the only other fucking word with 2 A's in it. It's aardvark, not aardvark. You gotta do the anyway. Yeah, that brings me to just a little bit about myself. So I was a military brat. Anybody? Hey, but how's the game? What's the score?
I'm working on my routine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were watching the game. Have you ever noticed how people are always like, "Hey, man, what about that game?" It's like, and I always say, I have no fucking idea because I never watch any games. It's got to be single person sports. It's the only thing I like. The team sports. I like soccer. I like hockey. I like rugby. Don't like basketball. Sorry. I'm sorry, basketball fans. But, I mean, a score that's 105 to 107, they just keep running back and forth making baskets. I don't know. It's not the same as when it's a soccer game and they play for 2 fucking hours, run for 2 hours straight, and the score is 1-3. I mean, that means it's hard. It's difficult. These people are getting good at shooting baskets. Anyway, I was talking about myself, which is my favorite subject. So I grew up in the military. So basically, you're moving every 2 years. Nobody else you grew up in the military. Your dad was in the military. That's right. We've gone through this one time before. But he was a short guy. He was in it for a short time, right?
They split when I was 4, so after that, it was more.
Yeah, you were in one place. Yeah. No, it's good. It's really good. You see the world, from inside an Air Force base. So you're not really seeing you're not seeing the country. They used to stand outside our gate in Japan and yell, "Yankee, go home! Yankee, go home!" And there's some glasses there. Yeah, so you move around a lot. Yeah, it's very distracting in here. Wish some cars would go by with a siren on, to make it a little bit more interesting. What else am I going to talk about? See, you caught me off guard here, honey. Yeah, so, I can't see anyone out there. Is there anyone there? So... The thing that's good about the military, living in a military family, is that you get to move all the time. And so, if you're really kind of insecure, I am, just so you know, everybody out there, and this is for you in YouTube land as well, I'm a pussy, okay? I'm a big fucking pussy, and I'm actually very proud of that fact. How many people have been in a fight? I know you have. You're just a fucking hellion. Yeah, you've been in, kind of a fight. Yeah, you're in a fight. Yeah. Did you start it?
Depends on which one we're talking about.
Oh, you've been in several. Okay, all right. Well, I've just never understood that because I am terrified of pain. I mean, I'm not afraid of dying. Okay, dying to me is like, bring it on, baby. If we were flying in a plane and it started going down, I would stick my hands on the top and go, yeah, let's go. It'd be a nice ride. But I am terrified of pain. I just hate it. Like I'm watching TV, somebody falls off a bike. I go, I mean, I can feel it through my whole body. It's just, there's something about it. And the thought of somebody stabbing somebody else, even if it's like fake, I can't take it. So anyway, I'm a big pussy, but I found out that it's actually not a pussy. We shouldn't be calling them pussies because a pussy, to me, is a beautiful thing. I don't know about you, heterosexual guys out there. If you're heterosexual, you probably like the pussy. I love it myself, and I think it's really kind of insulting to pussies when you call somebody who's a yellow-bellied person who never stands up for themselves a pussy, because I think that a pussy is like one of the most powerful things in the world, because it can make people do crazy shit, right? I mean, think of Helen of Troy. That bitch had people going everywhere just to get a little piece of that ass. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, see, I keep losing my train of thought now. So anyway, so I was a big pussy. No problem. It's actually pussy. It's pussy because it's pusillanimous. That's where the word comes from. And I think that the area right here, I don't think that the actual vagina is the pussy. I think that the area is the pussy. And that's the thing that I really like a lot, is the whole area. But then we got the pussy for the cat. And the cats, I fucking hate cats. I am not a cat person. All they do is sit around and look at you and make you feed them, and that's it. I mean, seriously, that's all they do. Every once in a while you can get a laser pen and make them run around and shit like that. There's lots of cat videos because they're stupid and they climb up on stuff, but I'm not a big fan of that. So I think that it definitely has to be pussy, cat, and pussy. That's join us. Hello, how are you? Please welcome. Enjoy. Yes, sign in somehow. Yeah, so anyway, when I would move, boy, this is a really long fucking way to get around to this, I mean, I've gone everywhere. But when I would move, every time I would move, I would be like, oh, thank God I get to, reinvent myself, It was exciting. I got to reinvent myself. I'd go to a place and I'd be like, yeah, this time I'm going to just completely shed that pusillanimous part of myself, and I'm going to be tough. I'm going to get a fucking leather jacket, and I'm going to start fucking talking like this and go, hey, baby, what's up? Come into the room, go, hey, what's up, And I would do that, and the woman would, look at me and go, what? What are you talking about? And I would just kind of fall apart and go, hello, my lady. And be my old weird self that everybody used to pick on. So anywhere I went, I just could, everywhere I went, shut the fuck up. Sorry, he's there again. He would just follow me. The guy would just follow me around. I'm telling the story. So, God, we were talking about something just a minute ago, and it made me think of something else. And now I can't fucking remember what it was. Oh, yeah. How about that debate? Huh? Whoa. Hey, I got a little song. Here we go. Everybody, follow along. Ready? That's all you got to do. Ready? Okay. Kamala. Oh, I know it sounds a bit bizarre, but Kamala. Oh, you're a little off. I don't have a punchline for that one. I was thinking about it today, but I never got around to it. But, it was really nice when they were talking about, all of the women's rights issues and all that shit, which was really, really good. Because, the people who are like, oh, you can't talk about that, or you can't do that, or you can't do this. Thank you. Am I done? Or is that 2 minutes? Okay, I got 2 minutes? Yeah. No, I'm done. He's saying no, you're done. I have 2 minutes. So anyway, they were talking about they're talking about reproductive rights, right? And all of these right to lifers are out there saying, you gotta keep those babies alive. Any Trump supporters in the audience today? Yeah, you like Trump? You're kind of a Trump guy, and another Trump guy back there. Excellent. Anybody here who's a Trump supporter who doesn't want to admit they're a Trump supporter? No. Yeah, that's everybody else. Yeah, we're all for Trump. It's perfect. Everything is perfect. It's never been seen before. This is something that's unprecedented. It is not. He can't even say unprecedented. He's got to say never been seen before. But anyway, they're all about transgender and all this shit. Look, man, if I want to fuck a salad, I could fuck a pasta salad if I want to, as long as it doesn't have basil on it, because I'm allergic. You know, if I want to fuck a donkey, that's fine. I could do that as long as it's consensual, right? As long as that donkey's going, yeah, baby, tap my ass. Then, you know, I think that's game. That's fair game. Don't you? Yes. Not that I have fucked any donkeys, okay? They're a little too high for me, a little too big. I think I'm just about done, Cinda. I think I want to get back to the controls. Oh yeah, so we got classes coming up. Shit, that's why you're here. Yeah, so we got classes coming up on Tuesday, the 17th, from 4:30 to 6:30 is for teens. Anybody who's like 10 to 17. And then at 7 o'clock, then it's adults. 3-hour class for adults. Free to the public. Anybody who wants to come in, see how I work, see, you know, if this is something that you want to do. The thing that's a little bit different about the way I teach, I don't just teach the acting part. I teach you about being in the business. I teach you about what to do on a set. I teach you what to do when you go into an audition, how to do a self-tape. All of that stuff is covered. So, hey, what's that?
And those cold reads.
And the cold reads. And I actually do something called a frozen read. Right. Yeah, that's always fun. And that's what we'll be doing on Tuesday. Tuesday the 17th, 7 p.m. for all the people in this room. If you got kids who are 10 to 17, then you can bring those guys at 4:30. All right, I'm done. Aaron McIntyre, AaronMcIntyre.com. Remember, it's AE, please. Thank you.
All right. Maybe we'll change to AERYN.
Yeah,
Would that be funny? Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron, it's a sin. Are we all situated? Now you got to switch spots. Unless you're going to sit on him. That's funny.
You'd be comfy.
I know. It's just constant abuse.
Oh my God! Every Jewish man
He's constantly abused.
constantly complaining about the abuse. The abuse. He's shocked, like he had no idea he married into this black family. First of all, okay. Why would you co-sign for somebody in my family if I said no? Right? See, that's what I'm saying. Then he gets mad when I say, "See what I'm saying?" Because I was saying, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm sorry, but you're the best uncle. You are. I wish I had an uncle like you. My uncle did my teeth. God bless him. Wow, this was a crazy night. It must be really fun. It's just your first time here?
No.
No, right?
I had fun.
But you're not related to Larry, right?
I probably.
Probably. Anybody from Patterson?
New Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some New Jersey.
All right, guys, watch out. You know what that means? This party's over. No, I'm kidding. I'm from Murder Boulevard, which I didn't even know about. But I'm glad he brought my glasses back. Is somebody coming through the door? Hello there. And Deharm is here. Come on, let's do this. You ready? Let's do this. Get up here. Come on.
Yeah, I ain't been on stage in a minute. I've been working a lot. And I got a little show on the September 22nd up at the Comedy Chateau.
Okay.
So I got to brush up.
Yep.
But looking at the demographic of this audience, I already know this question, but y'all know you might shock me. So is there anybody in here that lives in the hood or used to live in the hood? Where you live at?
Crenshaw.
That's what's up. I used to live in the hood. I had to get out. And not because it's dangerous and it's gang infested. I couldn't get no pussy. Women was terrified to come to my neighborhood. I was living in South Central. I didn't know it was that bad until I started going out on dates. So me and the woman would be talking. She's like, "So where you stay at?" I'm like, "I live in South LA." It's like, "So where's South? What's your cross streets?" By far, that was the worst question a woman could ask me because they all gave similar reactions like, "Ooh," or "Shit." My cross streets is Imperial and Central. I went on a date with this chick from Australia. She was like, "Oh my God." I said, "Hey bitch, you just got to America. What you know about the hood?" But not all women was like that though. There was some that was like, "Hey G, I don't care where you live at. I'm not canceling this dick appointment, even if I do catch a stray bullet." I was like, "That's what I'm talking about. Come on to the hood so I can drop this dick off in you." So where I was living at, it was right on the border of Watts. I was right down the street from the projects that y'all have seen in movies like Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, Straight Outta Compton. Here's a fun fact. The restaurant where Suge Knight ran over that dude and killed him, the same restaurant where Kendrick Lamar shot that video at, Tams, wasn't too far from where I stayed at. The Crip House was 3 doors down. despite what they say, the Crips was the nicest group of gentlemen. Never bothered me once. The ghetto bird was always flying. White people, the ghetto bird is the helicopter the old bitch-ass police be using. And there was crackheads. And with all of that going on, my only issue was the chickens. Yeah, chickens dead smack in the middle of the ghetto. And since y'all not from the hood, so y'all not gonna know about this, but Hispanic people keep chickens in the backyard. And I had Hispanic neighbors that lived behind me on the left and on the right side, and they all had chickens. And they wasn't even no free-range chickens either. They was locked up in a coop all day and all night. All I heard was coo-coo-coo-coo-coo! Coo-coo-coo-coo-coo! It was like they had like a little chicken battle. And I started to call Peter on those motherfuckers, but I ain't no snitch. I grew up in Kentucky. My neighbors had cats, dogs, and hamsters and all of that. But I started making more money, doing a little bit better, and I bought me a Benz. And they was like, yo, you gonna have that nice car in your neighborhood? I said, hell yeah. The Crips ain't finna let nothing happen to that car, because they are the nicest group of gentlemen. But eventually I got fed up with jacking off all the time. And I needed more living space, so I moved to West Hollywood. And if you didn't know, West Hollywood is the gayest fucking neighborhood in all of greater Los Angeles. A big difference from living in the hood. Shit, some people would even say it's a culture shock. It's rainbow flags. I got a neighbor that's a drag queen. There's a Trader Joe's. And there's Karen's. I fucking hate them. But I found this dope ass apartment. They got like 20-foot vaulted ceilings. They got this upstairs loft that overlooks the living room. I named it the Love Loft. And that little pussy drought that I talked about earlier, that shit went away once I moved into the Love Loft. And I'm walking my dog last week, and I was like, you know, the universe is funny, because I was living in a neighborhood where I had to look over my shoulder to make sure nobody would try to bust a cap in my black ass. To now living in a neighborhood where I got to look over my shoulder to make sure nobody tries to bust a nut in my black ass. Yeah. So I'm going to do that one and shit over there. Yeah, thank you. And this one I got to glance at because I've been working on it. But my latest addiction is TikTok. And not even the videos. I'm addicted to TikTok Shop. If you didn't know, TikTok got a store. It's a cross between Sharper Image and those little magazines that used to be on airplanes back in the day with all that random shit. That's what it is. I done bought water flossers, a mattress topper, but the best thing that I bought was the retro game stick. They got like 40,000 video games from like back in the 80s and 90s. Atari, PlayStation 1, Sega. There's stuff on it I didn't even know existed. So I'm looking at the games and I see Mortal Kombat. And I was instantly brought back to when I was 8 years old. I had a Sega Genesis and I wanted Mortal Kombat. And there was a lot of, well, y'all are some young motherfuckers, so y'all probably gonna know, but you might know, and y'all might know. There was a lot of outrage back in the day. A bunch of little punk-ass white suburban moms was protesting because the game had like blood and guts and shit like that. So when I asked my mom, she was like, no, the game's too violent. And I was like, I see domestic violence in here at least once a month. I'm pretty sure I'll be okay. If anything, you need the game so you can learn how to beat up my stepdad. So fast forward 30 years later, I got the video game. And I was thinking, like, there was outrage over that game. And right now, there's some 8-year-old kid playing a video game where he's beating up random people in the community, stole their car, picked up a hooker, got his dick sucked in the car, dropped the hooker off, shot that bitch, took his money back, got in a shootout with the police, and stole another car and drove off. And that is a real game. It's called Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. How much time I got?
How much time you got?
Oh, at 7:30 you have, we are enjoying ourselves too much.
What, I got like a minute or two?
Yeah, you got to.
All right, so I'll leave y'all with this. And this is a true story happening this morning. and I get like fed up with this. When I tell people I live in West Hollywood, everybody automatically assumes gay and only gay people live there. And that's not true. So this morning, I go to walk my dog, and I'm getting ready to cross the street, and I hear this noise. And I look, and it's one of my neighbors, like, flagging me down. First thing he says is, "Do you have a puppy?" And I'm like, "Bitch, you see this motherfucking dog right here?" I said, "Yeah, I have a dog." He said, "Do you live above me?" I said, "No, I don't." He said again, "Do you live above me?" "Bruh, I don't live on the side with the balconies." "No, I don't." Then he said, "Oh, okay. Well, this morning I talked to your partner," and he said, I ain't got no partner. I said, "Bro, I ain't gay." And he was like shocked. And I was like, "Yo, what kind of shit is this?" And like, there's been like women who I've like met up with, and I'm like, "Yeah, I live in West Hollywood." And they be like, "Are you gay?" I'm like, "Bitch, I wouldn't be trying to fuck you right now if I was gay." So yeah, I've been working on some routine about that. A lot of people always assume that only gay people live in West Hollywood. And West Hollywood do have straight people. So yeah, my name is Mr. GQ. You can follow me on Instagram at GCUE502. Thank you. Oh yeah, and the Comedy Chateau on Sunday, September the 22nd.
If you need your comp tickets, contact him.
Oh yeah, promo code MISTA.
Mister. That was my friend's cat's. That's my cousin's cat's name.
All right, I gotta go to work, so y'all be cool.
Okay.
All right.
Listen, if you're not safe, name it after me.
If I'm out, what?
If you're not careful, name it after me.
All right,
All right, you got it?
I got a vasectomy. I'm good.
Oh, hey. That's because you gay.
Later.
Oh, should I get a vasectomy? I don't know. I keep thinking I might have some kind of. I know. I keep wanting to get that examination that all you men are afraid of. I'm like, why not? Everybody else is getting it. Why can't I have one? All right, I'm kidding. It's called tequila. Everybody does it at least once in their life. But if there's any ands or ifs, you got the comedy of Griff. All right, he'll straighten you out. Come on, Griff, do this.
What do you guys think he does for work?
Definitely a
Gigolo. I was thinking, like, you're reporting for work at 9 p.m. What's your job? Gigolo?
Yeah, go have sex with an old lady.
But wouldn't that be at 4 p.m.? Not. Oh, okay. He'll wake her. He's Joe Biden's gigolo.
Hunters.
Hunters
more fun.
He gives Joe some. What did he say? Drop some dick off in your body. I'm taking that. Hey, come to my parents' house in the suburbs. I'll drop some dick in your body. I didn't grow up in the hood. Who said yes? Oh, no. Oh, Aaron. He lives in Crenshaw. I'm from Santa Monica. I didn't grow up in the hood.
Bad part's that.
No, the really good part, actually. The real good part. I grew up with kids that wanted to be from the hood. And that's scarier. That's because they'll do crazy stuff. I had a friend, he thought he was a Crip, but his mom wrote for Friends, so it's like, you can't be a Crip when your mom's the inspiration behind Phoebe. You know, it's like, doesn't work. And when he'd talk all crazy, and one time he was like, "Yo, we gotta go rob the Wells Fargo down the street." I was like, "We can't do that. My Roth IRA's in there, bro. Come on, we can't rob that. We can't rob that." I went to a big public high school, though. I didn't go to private school. And I'm a pretty innocent, nice person. And I had this situation where I was very naive. So there's a girl in my class that was a teen mom. And I didn't know that was a thing that could happen to someone. So I was just looking at her and I was like, oh my God, this baby's a genius. Because she would push a stroller from class to class. And I began to realize what the situation was when she was my lab partner.
because like she would always have to leave the class because the baby was crying and stuff. But like at normal like pop quiz, baby starts crying. I'm like, he's got a point. Like, I want to be crying too, you know? And I would do all the work for us. And I was happy to do it, but eventually I got fed up. And one time the baby cried and I was like, no, you stay in here and do the worksheet. I'm going to go breastfeed him. All right? Because you can't see it under this, but I got succulent nipples or whatever. I got almond milk in me. So much almond milk is coming out. I was in high school when vaping came out. Yeah, it was like when the Juul came out, when you could say it was a USB. That's what, I mean, I never did, but that's what people would do. The vape and the bird scooter dropped around the same time, so it was like, it's a crazy freaking school year. Teachers cannot control us. Drive-by vaping on the bird scooter, you know what I'm talking about. And Vine, all that. We had Vine, vapes, bird scooters. This chick got pregnant. It was crazy. It was amazing. Unprotected sex. I only had Vine. I was only allowed Vine of those four. But yeah, they do crackdowns at my school against vaping, because like all the groups of guys would go into the boys' restroom all together and like all vape. It was cool. And they tried to crack down on it. And I remember one time I'm in the bathroom and the door locks and it's the security guard D, and he's like, hands on the wall and spread your legs. And he patted us all down for vapes. And then he went outside and the principal was like, did you find any vapes? And he was like, I knew I was supposed to be checking for something. Let me go back. He's filling up kids. It's like a joke about him filling up kids. You guys got it? I got some bad news too. My mom's starting a podcast.
Mom.
No. It's horrible. What's messed up, because my mom is like, she's like hilarious. She's like a fat shamer and a slut shamer. And I was like, this is what I need for my career. Like mother-son podcast. Like I can already see the TikTok clips off this. So I was like, well, let's start a podcast together. And then she's starting it with her friend Gigi, and she's cut me out of the operation entirely. Everyone in LA is so fake. It's true what they say. Everyone in this business is fake. Everyone's going to backstab you. She's like, you can be a guest. I was like, I can't believe you. Like, I will be a guest, but I can't believe what you've done to me. It's messed up. My mom, when I was in college, my mom, she used to like, we call her the internet detective, because she goes online and she'll like look up my peers and stuff. And I remember when I was in college, she'd look at sorority girls' Instagram profiles and send them to me and be like, you should date this girl. You should ask out this girl. And sometimes I'd go look up the girl and her account would be on private. I'd be like, are you following these women? How'd you get this information? She was like, go ask them out. But I was thinking, like, how could I ask them out off that? Like, I see them at a bar. I'm like, what's up, girl? I like your Instagram. No, I wasn't stalking you. Your future mother-in-law was. Someone had a bad spray tan in 2021, I heard. You've recovered. One time, she sent me this girl's page. And she was like, you should go out with this girl. And the girl had died in a car accident. Yeah, and I was like, Mom, I don't think it's going to work out with that girl. And she was like, well, she's ugly anyway. Oh. And I was like, if you think she's ugly now, you should see what she looked like when they pulled her out of that SUV. Check. Saving that one for the chateau. Talking about TikTok, I'm so addicted to my phone. It's so bad. I feel like I'm so addicted to my phone. I feel weird talking to people. Like, I spent so much time on my phone yesterday, and then I went out at night and I was just off. Like, I just felt like, you ever get that? Like, you played you like beat a mobile game in one day and now you're nonverbal. Like it's because content. I'm just addicted to content. The only way I'm going to be able to quit my addiction is if they start putting fentanyl in the content. That's the only way I'm going to quit, is if there's like I need to see some of my peers die tragically for me to be able to quit my phone. Because like they put fentanyl and cocaine now, and coke usage is way down. Because people would rather live than talk excitedly about starting a business. So it's way down. I don't know. I just feel like that would work. Like if someone went to you and were like, did you hear about Rob? He died. Watched 4 hours of this sexy guy who makes pastries on TikTok, and it was just, he OD'd. I'd been like, I watched that guy. What the fuck? That could have been me. I'm just thinking about my family. Sorry. Anywho. Thank you. Anyhow, I'm glad I'm not a twin. I've been thinking that, 'cause I got cousins that are twin girls, and it's like, you can lie to yourself about your looks when you're a twin, you know? Or when you're not a twin. Excuse me. I wrote the damn thing. Get it right. You can lie to yourself when you're not a twin. When you are a twin, you can't do that. It's like, imagine being a twin girl, like, you think you're hot, and then you don't approve of your sister's boyfriend. You're like, oh shit, are we ugly? The guy from the gas station? Like, what? That fucking sucked. I know. I know. Think I don't know? Do this shit every night. I'm trying, man.
It works.
Don't lie to me. I'm trying hard. What do I even have? All right, I'll do a silly one. So I'm not gay, despite what people say about me. I'm not. But, you know, sexuality is a spectrum. And I'm a pretty old school guy, but I can admit that that's the case. You know, like, I'm a very straight man, but if I was cornered in a dark alley by David Beckham and he had his way with me, I wouldn't be happy about it, but I'd heal. Like, I'd move on. You know, like, it wouldn't ruin my life. I'd get over that pretty quick. And then I'd be like, so, I'm going to be walking through the same alley if you want to. You hate me.
Never.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking. Thank you.
It was love at first sight.
Okay, good.
Where did we find you, Griff? On your mother's podcast?
I'll be appearing on my mom's podcast. That's real. It's not out yet. Griff James on all platforms. Thank you.
Oh, there you go. Griff James. Griff, we have to have your mom on a podcast. Her mom's on the mic. Okay. We do. That's what we do here. Just to break up this monotony, I have a gentleman who came from Brooklyn, opened up a art gallery in Manhattan, and thought he was going to marry a nice Jewish girl. Surprise! I am his wife. Let's give it up for the one and only Mark Zaffron. A few minutes of your time, Mr. Zaffron, could you please? And we'll yawn when you're on stage. Come on, give it up for Mark Zaffron, ladies and gentlemen. He worked so hard today. Oh, how Jewish is he? Oh! He's the limp now. Wow.
Yeah, she gets to tell everybody that while I met her in my art gallery, I was going out with a crazy Irish girl from the heart of serial killers, Spokane, Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me, that's where they come from. Whole state of Washington. So, it is 9/11. None of you had anything to say about it because you're so wrapped up in your sexuality. Every single guy that got on stage, they go, I'm not gay. This one has a spectrum. What's the spectrum? Bottom to top, other to the other. You know, one day I walk into my house kind of drunk. My daughter's sitting there at college with all her friends and all making believe they're gay. And some guy gets up and goes, hi. I said, hi. I'm Kai. Okay. I'm other. I said, okay, dude. I mean, I know what gay is. I know what trans is. I know what a transsexual is. What's an other? This isn't a safe place. That brings you to the debate. Was the debate a safe place?
Oh, boy.
All right? I'm sitting there watching it with my wife and my two, 20-something children, and they're looking rapidly, but I didn't hear a word out of their mouths, because I got a kick out of it. It was theater. It was definitely theater. They had Kamala Harris in a room for a week learning her lines, because that's all she had was lines. She still spun a couple of word salads, and what America forgets about Donald Trump is that he's basically a billionaire who's a construction worker. That's why he grabs women's other parts. He's the guy that sits there on the side of the construction project at noon going, hey, mama, guys don't remember those days. Now you try and do that in New York, they arrest you because it's a trigger and a microaggression. No, it's massive aggression. They mean it, So 9/11. I woke up this morning and started coughing and realized why I've been coughing for the last 30 years. 9/11. I walk down the corner, and you're all going to be very triggered by this comment. I walk around, and first I'm walking Dagny. Those buildings, those planes hit so high up, you didn't hear the explosion. It was silent. All right? I'm walking the dog, put it back, come out, walk around the corner to my corner store. There's this old man who used to sit there. I don't think he was working. I think he was just sitting there. Says to me, look, points up in the air just as the second plane is hitting the second building. I turn around to him, and what do you think I said?
I don't say here.
Why not?
Okay.
Lana ain't here.
Okay.
Arabs. First words out of my mouth. What? They've changed? Who else is going to fly a fucking plane into a building to make a point? It ain't going to be George Bush. I mean, come on. So it was a terrible day. We should all remember it a little better. There were no poignant moments and no funny things. Though you do remember some of the weird shit. Like the next day walking uptown, passing by the armory, and there's all these pictures on the wall. It's kind of like a giant milk carton. But they didn't use, and they used milk cartons in those days for the kids. They didn't have the internet. So I listened to Griff, and I think to myself, what is it that for my whole life I wanted a bigger television? I started out with a little 9 or 12-inch TV in black and white, and all I wanted was get a bigger and bigger television. I mean, we would have toasted a town when we had a 22-inch color. It was in a big cabinet the size of a refrigerator, but it was a 22-inch color. So, you progress on, and you have on your walls, and I got a 65-inch. Like, you ever go to Best Buy before the Super Bowl? And they don't even have the small TVs out. They start with the hundreds, and they kind of like angle them down so you see which one's bigger, and everybody goes to the back one because they don't weigh shit anymore. So I'm thinking to myself, how perverse it is to spend your days looking at a fucking spy platform from China on a phone. I don't get it. All right, they see what you're doing. They've already measured your eyes. They've already got you on facial recognition when they want to arrest you. I mean, what's the purpose of TikTok? I mean, what are you watching? Some fucking weird dude cooking pastry? That's what the Food Channel was invented for. On a nice big TV, good sound. You don't got to hold this thing that gets hot in your hand, looking down like this. You're going to have a hunchback. So I tell my daughters, you can have a hunchback standing there looking at that phone. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, my generation only wanted a bigger phone. Do you want a smaller dick? Obviously, because we wanted everything bigger, right? So, and I'll leave with this. My wife complains about me being Jewish, right? Like I fetch and this and that, So I see it all, and they finally have shattered the myth. So there was a big survey that was done of women. How big is the ideal penis? Now I'm going to ask all you men. Well, how big do you think the ideal penis is to a woman?
It's probably like 6.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's go. What do you think? 5 and 5/8. They consider this to be ideal. That's it. That's all they want. And the truth of the matter is, all we think about is what? 9, 10-inch dicks. Why? Because we watch porn on TikTok. Or OnlyFans. Now, you know, I saw Drea DiMatteo's on OnlyFans. What happened to your career? You're showing off your booty on OnlyFans to make a few pennies. Well, we'll leave you with this. Again, I saw the debate again. I repeat myself last night. And the more amusing part of the debate is watching everybody dissect it today. So I come home from work. Unfortunately, I'm in LA, so I have to work here in the hole. Very interesting place to work. So I come home, sit myself down on my couch, and of course I immediately go to Fox News. Well, what else are you going to watch? Rachel Maddow. So I hear that Rachel Maddow, and this was the funny part, took out Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris 35 seconds after the debate in a 2-page single-spaced endorsement. And Rachel Maddow read it out like the fucking Magna Carta on television. I'm thinking to myself, you don't think this was planned? So the reaction of some of these people on like MSNBC and CNN, oh, this was the best thing that ever happened, this one did this. I thought they both sucked, to be honest with you. All right. Though I did enjoy some of Trump's shit. I didn't enjoy any Kamala's shit because she didn't tell us the truth about where she stands. Somewhere to the left of Bernie Sanders. All right. Be that as it may, the whole thing gets on and on and on. I got to watch that guy, Lawrence O'Donnell. He's the first one in the concentration camp when Trump gets in. Him, Rachel, and Joy Behar.
Mark.
Why? Sonny Hostin's next. He go around the way Kamala's talking. You'd think that Trump is going to do that his first day when he gets in office. He's going to start rounding up all the media stars, Don Lemon, you know, Jussie Smollett, you know, all these people that we've heard of over the last 10 years. What marginal people we have let run this country. All right, Joe Biden said it all today. Fooling around like a typical 80-year-old man with a MAGA hat on. Didn't realize what he looked like. So immediately Trump jumped on it and says, thanks for the endorsement, Joe. But that's my time. Thank you all.
And where can we find you?
You can't.
You can't.
I don't believe. What are you doing?
Oh, George, you were happy to see me.
Let me put it to you this way. I don't believe in social media. The reason I don't believe in social media is I'm an attorney. Many, many years ago, I walk into a partner's office, and he's on this Facebook thing. I said, what are you doing on Facebook during the middle of the day? He goes, well, tracking a defendant, seeing who he's fucking around with.
Oh, there you go.
Nobody should be on social media so they know your business.
All right.
Now you can tell I'm married to Black Lily.
Yes, because you can't let people know your business.
Yeah, what's people know your business?
You can't let people know. Oh, come on. Guess what? I know we can't have Kobe, but we have second best. Let's give it up for the comedy of the one and only Mr. Dobie. Come on, let's get up here.
I do look bright-eyed like a Laker, don't I? Like, damn, I smoked some weed today that was so purple, I should have put some gold in it. You know what I mean? It would have looked great. Is this thing on? Can you hear me all right?
We hear you.
Shit. This gem of a human being right here. Thank you for providing. The people you were saying were going to be in the gulags when Trump got elected, I didn't know half the people he was talking about. Like, fuck it, throw them in there. I don't give a shit. I don't know who these people are. You were like, not them. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't know what the fuck that is. Jesus Christ. I watched the fucking debate. I watched it after the fact. You know what? And I'm on the other side of the spectrum, too. Y'all know streamers, right? Hassan Piker and all that kind of stuff? No? Yes? You're not young enough. I know you're pretending to be young, but you're not that young. Yeah. He looks young. He looks like he's a Gen Zer, but he's not. He's old. He remembers the 90s.
I don't.
You don't. Man, what were you doing in the 90s? Never mind. Don't answer that question. Jesus Christ. Tracking defendants the old school way. Jesus. What did I talk about? The fucking shit. The debate. That's what we were talking about. I did smoke just before I got here. So I had a little bit of time to debake, but I'm still in the oven. But yeah, man, the fucking debate. Like, I honestly felt like Kamala, like, knew that all she was doing was just collecting clips for TikTok. You dig what I'm saying? Like, she was just getting sound bites to defend herself, the positions that she wants to get on, and then she made faces. She's very attractive. Like, and look, I get it. I use Trump's cadence all the time. I'm not a bright guy. But look, I get it. When a guy's winning and when a guy's losing, you know the face that their opponent's making. She was making this face like, Did I do that? Oh my goodness. No, she was fun. Honestly, my problem with Kamala is she looks like my mother. You know what I mean? Like, exactly like my mother. So, like, I trust her in a fearful kind of way. You know what I mean? Because I got my ass beat as a kid. Let's be honest. Okay. You know, I wasn't doing I didn't do my homework. I was fun. You know, I wanted to ride my bike outside and go to the beach and chase girls, you know, like a red-blooded American boy. But she reminds me of my mother, and I feel like she'll get this country together because people are scared of my mother. You know, people love my mom. She's a tough lady, and she has the best white voice on the planet. You know what I'm saying? And like I cannot help but see my mother in Kamala. I'm like, you know what? I can get behind that. And so, like, I don't care. A lot of people don't like my mom. So if you don't vote, I get it. It's cool. But I trust her. It's too close to home for me. You know what I mean? Oh, man. But, I mean, I don't date black women. I have. But I don't. I'm more of a Latina kind of guy. I date Latinas. That's my go-to. What'd you say?
Yes, because she'll be that too.
Yeah. Damn. Maybe I got to move on. The next one is either Middle Eastern or East Asian. That's the one. Those are the ones I haven't explored yet. I feel like I still got time. I'm in my 20s still. Jesus Christ. I shouldn't be talking about that. Damn, where else did we want to talk about? Has anybody talked about this Drake and Kendrick shit still? Like, it still goes on. So Drake, let's start with Kendrick. So Kendrick won, and that's what's important. Like, when you can tell the difference within a debate where some people just have better talking points, you know what I mean? So, like, at the end of the day, Kendrick found a way to call Drake a pedophile on a large scale, or a PDF file. I don't know if you're allowed to say this. I think you're streaming on YouTube. But the main thing is Kendrick found a way to get away with it, and now nobody wants to fuck with Drake. Mind you, none of this stuff is verified by the law, because I don't think either of them fuck with the cops. So none of this, they're just hearsay, slinging dirt about each other back and forth. And then Kendrick all of a sudden pops up and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm doing the Super Bowl." And then a bunch of Lil Wayne fans get mad. Now I'm going to start like a conspiratorial, like, hip-hop head, so I'm just letting you know now. This is the rabbit hole that I've been going through the past couple of days. So Lil Wayne fans are upset, and they're not happy about the fact that Kendrick is performing at the fucking Super Bowl. And the thing about it is that I get it, but it's not a precedent, because normally the Super Bowl isn't a local music thing. Not saying that, like, Lil Wayne is a local artist. He's a very big artist, probably one of the best artists of all time. The reason why all the rappers today look and act like the way they do. They want to be skateboarders. They want tattoos on their face. They want long dreads that fall out when they get older because they do too much drugs. Anyway, so what ends up happening is that all these people are mad, and they're basically people that are fans of Drake that can't talk about it, much like the Trump situation we were talking about earlier. People are fans of them, but they don't want to talk about it because they don't want to be talked shit to. It's like a Trump Republican in California. We get it. All right, we've established that. So, we're moving here. So, I'm all over the place. I can and will go anywhere. So, what's happening? I don't know how much time I have left. Don't tell me. At the end of the day, people want Lil Wayne to perform at the Super Bowl. Lil Wayne is the best, like, person that brought Drake into the rap game. It was beautiful. It's a whole thing. Some might even say he fathered the man. That's a little bit much, but he's not a great dad. So at the end of the day, Nicki Minaj and a bunch of other people are pointing out that Birdman has a lot of beef because of rap industry beef. You know, music, people don't like to pay each other. It is what it is. People make money, but, you know, business. So at the end of the day, my point is that music is subjective, but fun. Oh, damn it, I lost it. So, I had a point here. I was really on a roll. You felt that, right? Anyway. Damn, that weed was smoked was so good. Don't blame the weed. It was damn good. It was good. It was good weed. I think this is just regular brain damage from playing football. Super Bowl. So Kendrick is playing at the Super Bowl. So Kendrick is playing at the Super Bowl and nobody's happy about it. But the real question is, and I'll slow down for this, is Kendrick going to play his song "Not Like Us," which has become a huge hit in the black marching band community? Is he going to play that song at the Super Bowl? And if he does, is he going to tell everybody that Drake is a pedophile on live TV on the biggest world stage of them all? Like, if you're not a hip-hop head, none of this, all this is going over your head. They're like the people you were talking about are going to be in the gulags. Over your head. You didn't care. But I am overly fascinated about this stuff. I've been following these rappers since I was a 14-year-old child. And this is bringing it out of me. J. Cole, Wale, Big Crit, all these people were like the top rappers at the time in like 2010. And as time went on, we figured out who the king of them all was. Now there's only 3 left. And J. Cole went to walk on the beach, so he's out of it. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we have Kendrick and Drake. And Drake is just, we can't listen to, once somebody gets called a pedophile, it's kind of a rap, you know what I mean? Like, people listen to Michael Jackson, but like nobody listens to Michael Jackson, you know what I mean? Nobody talks about it. Like, if it plays, nobody's gonna say anything. I went to a cookout this summer, and one song came on. It was Poetic Justice by Kendrick Lamar and Drake. And the DJ, right before Drake's verse, changed the song because he was like, wait a minute, these people think I'm gonna play this Drake song. I think I'm coming up on the end. So, I got the light? No? Yes? Maybe? I'll keep going. I have more to talk about.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Fantastic. I'm like trying to check that time. So, what was I gonna say? The end of the day, Super Bowl, Drake, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do for real? Like, oh God. Because it's like, at a certain point, it becomes like the Trump thing. Like, I don't care if you're like Trump. I get it. I wish I could like Trump. I have too many people that, like, I would feel uncomfortable about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's too many people in that group that I would just be uncomfortable around. I get it. I want to do the same thing. I want to be the guy running the fucking construction site. I want to be that guy. I'm halfway there. I'd love to be that guy. Some of them just don't like black people like that, and that's okay. Yeah, we're not for everybody. God damn it. I'm Creole. I get it. I get it, man. There's a whole cultural history. There's a whole gumbo in there, man. There's stuff that you can't. There's deep, thick root.
The mic's starting to go out.
It's felt light. At the end of the day, being a Drake fan is like being a Trump supporter. I'm not mad at you, but some people will be. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Be you. Don't let anybody stop you. That's my PSA for the day. That's it right there.
And where do we find you?
I'm probably gonna be DJing on YouTube later on this evening at Hank Doby. My name's Hank Doby on everything pretty much, unless my Cash App. Then it's Hank at Veteries. Please Cash App me. I could use it. And then I guess follow me on Instagram. I don't use my Twitter, but you can follow me there. I don't know. Fuck it. X. They called it X now. X. Sounds like a bad word.
Break that new one. It's brand new.
Oh, this mic stand. I'm so comfortable with it. I just love long things to stroke.
Does.
Everybody does. Who doesn't? You ever get a massage? All right, I got to get out of here. Thank you.
And remember, if you love us, let us know at LASchoolofComedy.com. You can follow me on all platforms at Sunda Live. You guys have been a terrific audience. See you on Friday at Funky Fridays. Good night.
Wait, we got one more.
This is a wrap.
That's a wrap. Okay.
Did you go?
It's a wrap.
And